Good afternoon. It's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. Patel Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update. It's a little bit light this week. We don't have so much to cover. So
yeah, it's okay.
Last week was really long, I felt. So
Yeah,
this
we
will
did
be
get a little long.
considerably shorter, not as much updates and activity.
We're not
going
talking
on.
about any planets either.
Yeah, no planets this time, please. Pluto is fine, so let's leave that alone. You look gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
Your
I'm out
hair,
of uniform,
your
and today
jewelry.
you are in uniform.
You're a little out of. You look like you're ready for a cruise.
Don't talk about that.
I'm sorry.
Talk about
We'll talk about that at the end. Okay.
it later.
As always, we will start with a joke. Want me to go first? Age before beauty?
Sure.
Okay. What do you call a bear with no teeth?
What?
A gummy bear.
Really?
Wait,
Really?
I got another one.
Gummy bear. Oh,
A
my
gummy
goodness.
bear.
Yeah.
What do you call a pig that does karate?
What?
Pork chop.
Wow. Okay, mine's almost as corny.
Okay, bring it on. Let's hear it.
So, if a cow doesn't produce milk, is it a milk dud or an utter failure?
Both, I guess.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Oh, man.
Okay, there's our jokes for the week. Hope you
And
enjoyed those.
on to Today in History.
Yep, today in history. 1995, the U.S. debuts its new $100 bill.
Oh.
And this is the one Ben Franklin's portrait is off center. Remember that? They
Yes.
shifted it over.
Yeah.
I think that was to try to prevent counterfeiting.
Mhm.
I think it had something to do with that.
That was in 95, huh?
Yep, 95.
Huh.
1992, Magic Johnson announces his return to the NBA. That was after he had
HIV.
HIV. That's right, HIV, but he was able to return.
Mm-hmm.
1979, the U.S. cedes sovereign control of the Panama Canal to Panama.
You can cruise on the Panama Canal, did you?
Normally, you can.
Normally.
Yeah. 1971, Walt Disney World opens October 1st in Orlando, Florida.
I can't wait to go. I've never been to Walt Disney World. I've only
Yeah.
been to Walt Disneyland.
Yeah, Walt Disney, the original. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're
seems-
announcing a lot of layoffs.
I was a little kid when I went, and then I was an adult the second time,
Mhm.
and it felt microscopic. But I remembered it as being the biggest place in the world
Right.
when I went as a
That
kid.
happens as a kid. You remember your childhood house is huge, and then you go
Right.
back to it and you're like, that's it?
Wow, we lived in that?
Oh.
Yeah.
As a side note, it's not microscopic, first of all. Walt Disney World employs over 70,000 employees.
It's monstrous,
Walt Disneyland, in perspective or in
comparison.
contrast, employs 30,000.
It's still a lot,
Still a lot.
but
Yeah.
good
Big
for them.
employers. Yeah.
Important employer.
Mm-hmm.
1967, Thurgood Marshall is sworn in October 2nd as the first black Supreme Court Justice.
67. Oh.
1924, on September 28th, 2 U.S. Army planes complete a 175-day flight around the world.
Wow.
A lot of hopping, right?
1924. I think so.
175 days. Wow.
Army planes, though, they can go pretty far.
Not in 1924. 1908, the Model T automobile is introduced by Henry Ford October 1st at a price of $850.
Wow.
Just for grins and tickles, I logged on to a auto calculator to see what the loan amount would be on that. It was $850 with today's fees. It's $300 licensing and 7% tax. It would come to $15.85 a month. Is what
$300 in licensing. That's almost as much as the vehicle costs.
Yeah, and 7% tax too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
Anyway, very cool.
$15.85 a month.
$15.85 a month.
And finally, in 1829, London's reorganized police force called Scotland Yard debuts September 29th. I wonder why they had to reorganize. Maybe some corruption or something going on there. I don't know. I don't know the history of Scotland Yard, but at any
If you
rate.
know, tell us. Leave it in the comments below or shoot us an email.
Yeah, we love history.
We do. Thank you for those days in history and that look back.
Yep, you're very welcome. Okay, as we've been talking about over and over again, affordability issues continue. Fierce competition for a limited supply of homes for sale is causing a surge in prices, leaving many potential buyers facing affordability issues. And we are seeing that. Recent study shows 40% of home buyers of all ages needed help from either family, friends, employers, or a down payment assistance program to attain a mortgage.
We talked about down payment assistance programs last week. I didn't really talk about loans from family and friends because we try to discourage them. But it happens. I mean, you sometimes have to do it. You have somebody that's willing to help and able to help. So it's not that it's a bad thing entirely.
Lay the rules down in advance so there's no...
Yeah.
You know exactly what has to happen, timelines.
Neither a borrower nor lender be.
Yeah, if you can avoid it.
And like I always say, one more side note, sorry. If you're going to give, don't expect back necessarily. If someone pays you back, all the better for them. But anyway, it's just a side note. I'm done.
Are you?
Please proceed.
Okay. We had an astonishing August, no surprise there. Sales of newly built homes rose 4.8% to an adjusted rate of 1.1 million units in August.
Okay. That's good.
That is good,
We need the inventory.
but we need more. And they're going as
It's a
fast
start,
as they can.
but we need more.
Yeah, they're beating the previous year, but we still need more. Astonishing, 43.2% higher than the previous August. So they are really builders have got the pedal to the metal, but it was the sixth straight month of rising sales. There is now 3.3 months supply of homes, and this is nationwide numbers.
Yeah, it's not Arizona, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're much lower.
We're below 2, I believe, still.
We were at 1.52
1.5,
last week's report for August. Yes, for August. So there's a 3.3 month supply of homes for sale, but it was at 3.6 in July and it was at 5.5 in August.
Cool.
So as you can see, the supply of inventory just keeps dropping.
Well, that was 2019. So they're saying year over year.
Oh, for August, I'm sorry. Yes, that's correct. But it did drop from July to August from 3.6 to 3.3, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, the 5.5 months is August. Yes.
Okay.
Since August comes after July, that would stand to reason, wouldn't it?
It would. It would.
Wow, I haven't even been drinking yet.
Not me either.
Okay. Pay more attention, especially since I'm the one doing the talking. Okay, prices just keep rising. Yes, they do. Median home sale price has increased 14% from 2019 to $319,978, highest on record. So it seems like every month now it seems to be setting a record. 45% of homes under contract had an accepted offer within the first 2 weeks.
And this again is national, not just Arizona. I mean, we're definitely seeing that here in Arizona, but nationally, it's news as well.
Yeah, if it shows well and is priced right, it is gone.
Which we just had a client reach out to us this morning and say, okay, we're getting closer to when we do want to list. You sent us some net sheet on what we would net at the close of our sale. Can you send it to us again? We can't find it. And I said, that's okay. It's probably going to be different anyway. You probably have an increase in value, even though it's only been a couple months.
Yeah, and sure enough, it did.
And sure enough,
It had ticked up in that short amount of time.
Just slightly,
So,
you know, on the buying side, so buyers are like, oh, maybe I shouldn't buy. It's not a huge amount, but, you know, on the buy side, when you're trying to realize your income to buy your next property, you need to know all those dollars and cents. So from the buy side and on a mortgage, if you're going to mortgage it, it's not going to make that big of a difference. But on the sell side, it's going to make a little more difference on your purchasing power.
right, exactly. This is interesting because we've been talking over and over again about how it's so expensive to live in most cases in major cities. And with COVID, more and more employers are allowing their employees to work remotely, and they're making it a permanent thing. So we're seeing people leaving the city and going out in the suburbs because they can get more money, more house for their money, and bigger homes and more property and land, place for the kids to play and that kind of thing. However, we weren't thinking about the social aspect of it. And this is from Realtor.com. It said, while the pandemic has painted the spacious single-family home as a sort of suburban oasis, don't count cities out yet. When socialization returns, young adults are bound to begin repatriating to the downtown cores of the nation's vibrant cities.
Okay.
I hadn't thought about that
Understand that.
aspect of it, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
too, you know?
Well, I remember when we moved here, and this is definitely a suburban community, from South Phoenix is where we moved from. In South Phoenix, we were closer to things, closer to going to a baseball game, closer to going to the zoo. At that point, we were going to the Phoenix Zoo. So now that we're in the suburban community, it does take a little longer to get to some of those venues, but it's just a little longer drive is all.
Yeah, it's I hadn't thought about that, but that makes sense.
Yeah, it's an adjustment, so you decide what's important to you and how close you want to live to the metropolitan area long term.
Right. We're going to continue, as we've previously alluded to, just kind of keep an eye on forbearances, foreclosures, short sales. Just, you know, there's a major concern when the moratorium drops, especially in our opinion on rentals, how those are going to get handled. And so we're kind of keeping an eye on all that. And one issue is forbearances. That's one barometer of how things are going. The number of mortgages in active forbearance is decreasing at an accelerated rate, so that's good news. Falling by 2.6% last week, fifth straight month of improvement. So
That's good.
that's good. Okay, do you have some seller tips for
I
us?
do. Seller tips this week. Last week we did some buyer tips. I'll come back and do some more buyer tips next week, but
Keep flipping back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're entering fall, so they say. Don't quite know it fully with the weather yet, but we are entering fall.
Still over 100 every day, but in theory we're in fall.
Yeah.
The leaves of the trees think that it's
below
fall.
110, and we're getting to where we're below 105. So
Yeah. So slowly but surely.
I'm ready to go to the zoo.
Yeah.
So, fall tips, and there are 6 tips. 4 of them involve the curb appeal, outdoor curb appeal. Plant
First
flowers.
impression.
Yep, plant flowers is number 1. So where you have the empty pots where stuff has died off at the front door, just pull the old, put a new one in,
Yep,
make sure the
time to-
water's flowing to it.
Yep. Freshen everything up.
Yep. Call the landscaper, have him blow out the summer debris because
Yes.
it looks like fall out there, but it's only because summer has killed off the leaves off of our trees.
Yeah,
You know, it
good
looks
point.
like fall, but it's
Yeah.
fall in Arizona. So have them trim off the dead branches and limbs from the bushes and trees, and fertilize. Don't
now
forget
it's
to
time to
fertilize.
fertilize,
Yep. Bushes, I just use regular old Miracle-Gro. Yeah, you can get the stuff you hook up to the garden hose. You can get the stuff you dump into your watering can. Just give it some nutrients. You know, remember your plants are eating.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go up here to 5, number 5, holiday decor. No.
It's October 1.
No.
Yeah.
No Halloween. Not.
Home Depot. I was in Home Depot, and they have got the full-blown decoration all
For
set
Christmas,
up for
Chris-
Christmas.
lighted
It's
Christmas trees
ready
and
to go.
everything, yeah.
I was like, wow. It was 104 out.
Can't we just be
Okay.
thankful first before we start shopping?
Yeah.
So yeah, holiday decor. If you're planning on calling us, your realtors, to come over and take pictures, professional pictures, or even pictures for a coming soon type thing, just hold off on decorating for Thanksgiving or fall or Halloween, or i.e. even Christmas coming in a month or 2. Hold off. Just let me be Debbie Downer just a little bit. Moving on from that, outdoor furniture is another point that we kind of forget about. In the summertime, the cushions get a little rotted, dried out, unless you have put them away. If you put them away, great. Bring them back out. Let's spruce it up.
Right.
But if the furniture itself is in poor condition for some reason because it's been in the summer heat, then replace it or just get rid of it.
That wrought iron furniture, you can really bring that back to life with a new Rust-Oleum paint job. If they do like those hammered colors that are really sharp, and it brings it back brand new. And then cushions, those can be a little expensive, but wow, you can get some
So
really
expensive.
colorful cushions that can really make your patio and outdoor living areas pop.
Yep.
And transversely, if they're all faded and the paint is all dull and all that, it can really be a downer. So it's kind of an all or nothing thing when it comes to the outdoor living. So plan on definitely sprucing that up. Is that your first impression?
As people walk in, they want to see those things maintained even before they even get in the house, because they'll know what's coming in the house.
Excites them and puts them in a good mood before they even walk through the door. So.
I heard it once said by an inspector, before he even gets in the house, he looks at the condition of the garage door. Because he knows what he's in for. If he can look at the garage door and it's dented or hit or scratched and beat up, then he knows what he's in for
He can
when he
pretty
gets in the
much.
house.
Wow.
I don't know. But,
Interesting.
all right, hand it back to you.
Okay, interest rates still looking fantastic. So if you're refining, now's a good time to do it. And of course, if you're getting a mortgage to buy a home, boy, you got a lot of buying power right now. 30 years sitting at 2.906, 15-year 2.470. Boy, it's been staying under 2.50 for a while now. And a VA 2.598. So outstanding interest rates, and we just don't, from our mortgage providers, what they're telling us and updating us, we're not going to see any change to that for a while. So, okay, inventory continues to be very low. Vistancia Village still at 16. I think we're at 15. We must have gained one. We're at 16. Pricing from $310,000 to $680,000. Trilogy at Vistancia, only 30 homes available. That is really low.
That's really low.
Yeah. And the most affordable home in Trilogy is $348,000.
Yeah.
All the little Rivas models got bought up. And I think this is a Flora, I think. 2-bedroom, 2-bath with den, 1,635 square feet.
Well, even a little Rivas, which,
no Rivas
years ago,
available.
you used to be able to get for like $250-ish. Now it's 300, right around
310.
300.
Yeah. And there's none of those available. They all got bought up. And then highest priced one, Stellari on the golf course, $1,150,000. Valley-wide, we are over 8,000 homes. That's still really low, but 8,211. Closer to home, Peoria, still hovering at that 250 mark. They're at 257. Surprise is at 268. So they're kind of running neck and neck. Sun City Grand, 73 homes available, and they've been kind of hovering around that 70 mark. That's not very many for them, considering they have almost 10,000 homes over there, 9,800
man.
homes.
Nothing available.
Yeah, and their prices are ranging 239,000 up to 925,000. That's the most expensive Sun City Grand home I've
They
seen.
have
That's
some
a
nice
new
ones.
listing, just came out.
They have some nice ones. They have some floor plans that have double masters. They're split on either side of the house. Double masters. Really, really nice floor plan.
Yeah.
On the golf course and nicely upgraded.
Yeah, and this one obviously has all the bells and whistles, the pool on the golf course, amazing views, the whole bit.
The 239, most likely, they have a really nice product over there that's kind of a lock and leave, a vacation type patio home. That has a little extra HOA on it, but that's because it covers a lot of your yard. So,
Yeah, all your maintenance. You can leave and not have to worry about anything.
yes.
So
It's nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice product.
okay, that's everything on the real estate front. You want to sad news on the go for it.
I did want to say I got confirmation on a new active adult community in Surprise.
Okay.
So call me on that if you're looking for something. You want a new home, brand new build, active adult, but you want to stay on the west side. And maybe Trilogy is just not what you're looking for, and Verrado is a little too far out. It is far. It's very nice. Victory at Verrado is nice.
Cantamia is even farther out. Wow.
Cantamia is further south, which may not matter. You know, not everybody cares to be close to the center of things, but yeah, it's another new community to be able to consider.
Okay.
So
What's the name of it?
it is Asante Heritage.
Asante Heritage. Okay.
I live
cool.
on our homes.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that's everything we've got
Exciting.
for real estate.
I just thought it was exciting.
So we have sad news on the cruising front. I'll let you.
I'm trying not to focus on it, but since you're bringing it up, we did get an email this morning from Carnival Cruise, and we talked about this during our last video that we were so excited about cruising coming back, and it's not coming back yet.
Yeah, our November cruise got canceled. So
The CDC was deliberating, I guess.
well, yeah,
over-
they said March of 2021 now.
Yeah,
Is
well,
the
the
CDC.
original no sail ban was through yesterday.
You're right.
And so they were deliberating, and the government was trying to say, no, don't make it a no sail ban. And so the compromise, and I understand that Fauci was kind of behind it, was saying you can't make no sail for everyone clear till that date. So give us
good point.
something.
Right.
And so they picked Miami and
Is
Fort Lauderdale, not Fort Lauderdale.
it Galveston? Was it?
No, it's two Miami, two Florida ports.
Two Florida ports. Okay. All right.
anyway.
So cruising will start sooner out of those ports than it does on
Yeah.
the West Coast. So
Yeah.
that is what it is.
So no cruises for us this year.
Yeah. Next year.
Yeah.
Next
And we
year.
don't even get to see our grandkids until December 30th.
Yeah. We got that to look forward to.
We do.
They'll
Yeah.
be here before you know it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we've got for you this week. Hope everybody's staying safe, and we will see you again next week. Take care.
All right. See you then. And away we go.
I'm not ready. By the way, I'll give you $100 if we don't talk about Pluto today.
Okay.
You had to think about it. Oh. No Pluto.
No Pluto.
No Pluto. All right.
Fine.
Write yourself a check.
Neptune?
No planets, no solar system, nothing.
You have to educate yourself. You have to keep it an open mind and
I think we've heard-
educate.
Enough about Pluto. Okay. Ready.
Are you sure you don't need some caffeine?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Ready. Okay.
No
Oh,
line.
it went away. There it was. You
Yeah,
did something.
when you click record, it goes away.
We're recording?